What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 51 of my Total Warhammer 3 modded Belegar Ironhammer campaign. So as we saw last time, Morgheim has fallen, and though it is not a particularly important territory, at least we got to see our cannons do the work to take it, which is always a nice sight. This army is only getting started, of course, as we do still have to get a lot of nice fights underway and get the engineers in the army to properly make it whole. Although I don't just mean the regular master engineers, but also the dwarfen engineers, which we will get when we reach tier 5 somewhere, someday, some way, somewhere. Yeah. Dwarf engineers and master engineers. And these guys also do have ballistics calibration as well, so we can basically have permanent ballistics calibration uptime, which is just swell for all the gunners, but which can't really stand around in the same way that the quarrelers can in a bigger blob, so that the ballistics calibration applies to them all. But anyway, I digress. We have a fair few battles here. Scarbrand has arrived and looks like he's looking to retake Gronti Mingle, so we're gonna move up recruiter Grimtide's son, and we're going to trade Grimly some new troops. Grimly still needs to get a wait, not a Thane. Oh, wait. He does need a Thane, doesn't he? Thanes give snipe to... they give snipe to rangers, don't they? Yeah. Alright, well, either way, we're not there yet. Dwarf warriors, and then we gotta take out some of these rangers, like so. We'll trade them off somewhere, but and Grimly has to have a more balanced army. The grudge thrower will also go away later on, because Grimly's the quarrel seeker, though, funnily enough, now he has more longbeards than he does rangers. Yeah, we need to replace you with either a Thane, or possibly an or not an engineer, a spellcaster. Runesmith is the word I was looking for, but yes, I just want to double check you. Thane, Grimnir, you have... Wanderer, attribute snipe for rangers. Yes, we have to, yeah, but we have to have a runesmith in like every army, because it's just like having an army without a wizard for other factions. It doesn't seem it's the right way to go. But anyway, also you no longer need that Lichbone penance since you venerated Smednir and thus have magical damage on every single unit in your army, so we can take that out and we can put it to better use elsewhere. Alrighty, also, you know what, not delete Braun Clanbreaker. You're gonna join, I think, Thorgrim's army, and you two are the engineers belonging to soon these guys, so you're gonna move down here and you're gonna move down here together. All right, and yeah, you're gonna take a little bit of time to get there. Ooh, also, wait, can we if we move you here and if we move you here, I want to see if we can get the construction reduction to 0. As in free buildings, is what I'm getting at. I want you to head right here to the corner of this territory, please, and then I want... Who the heck is Sindri Redbeard? You have Ancestral Blood Gazul, so you are to be deleted. Okay, so you're one of those guys. Unlike not delete, you're a delete. Alrighty, so you're gonna go here, and let's see if the buildings are free now. What do we have here? They are free. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. There we go. Not that these were too expensive in the first place, but it did necessitate us building them. Masters of Stone and Steel, I guess, is then no longer necessary. We'll go empower the guilds for this particular province, and then we'll come back once we need to redo a bunch of stuff. This is obviously going to be a cash cow province. It's already at 5.6k at tier 3, and it's going to climb quite a bit higher once we establish a new front line, essentially, down south. All right, now you guys, can you actually reach any of this? It looks like our miner man can. The miner man can. All right. Well, let's see. If we send Durgrim here, what's the likelihood that you get intercepted? You know, just in case you do, let us give you another point in Wrath and Ruin. And we should probably start moving towards Tactician for the buffs to the Thunderers, though maybe we want to get Forge Fire first. Just because it's a fairly decent hex, though, once again, we do want to keep you away from just, like, straight up the front line. But anyway, we are somewhat reliant on the buffs in this particular army as well, because the Rune of Oath and Steel can help keep the Thunderers alive. You, go right here. Alright, they did not intercept. Now what I want to see is if they're going to fight or not. I'm willing to bet no, but we should still give it a try. They are willing to fight. Okay, I gotta say I wasn't expecting that, but why not? I'm hardly one to complain about a fight. Now, these guys don't have summon bloodletters, which is just swell. We don't have to worry about it. Alrighty, I kept forgetting to check that for like, I don't know, 10 episodes in, well, maybe not 10, but several episodes in a row, and now I'm glad that I did. Alright, we got 1 minute and 51 seconds until reinforcements arrive, but we have massive artillery superiority, so once they do, the enemy's screwed, but here we go. Oh! But we have no magical damage in this army whatsoever. Well, the piles of bloodletters may be a problem. Oh well. That'll do, miners. That'll do. Man, we have a lot of miners in this particular army, and they were just built to defend those walls. But to be fair, they're not really costing us much of anything in terms of their upkeep costs. And you know what? They will be useful in preserving our main army's HP, so that we don't have to suffer damage to the main army and can continue the war with Scarbrand without having to wait like 50 turns to heal, like other armies in times past. We got to remember that unlike the Slayer army and unlike Belegar's Ranger army, other armies of ours really won't heal much at all by comparison. Still going to be the issue throughout the campaign, clearly. So we do have to do something that will at least change that to some degree. Anyway, the damage here is going to come from these 4 units of Quarrelers who are going to support the miners in their work. Also, this is an ogre camp. Why are we at an ogre camp? I don't understand what's happening here. Do the Exiles of Khorne have a ogre camp function that they're allowed to use? Because, well, it wasn't something I was aware of. But to be fair, we haven't been fighting the Exiles of Khorne for very long at all, so it may just be a function of theirs that was added, which is pretty neat, if it is in fact the case, or potentially neat, I should say, depending. Or maybe it's just their version of the encamp stance? I don't know. I should have checked what the buffs on the enemy army was before getting into this. But oh well, not a big deal. Anyway, the enemy is moving in, and we're just going to flood the enemy city with miners and also with our quarrelers rather. So here comes some bloodletters of Khorne, and I'm sure they will start doing damage. But it's okay. They'll only be hurting miners. And that was a very odd-looking charge. It looks like they tried to charge past the miners instead, but oh well. That's their problem. And away they go. Now let's see how many of these they can work through before they get ripped apart. Of course, we will still be focusing them down with the range damage via the Quarrelers, and damaging them, it should still be reasonably effective. They're still vulnerable to range fire. They may be demons, but they're not ghosts. They're not ethereal. And they're still quite susceptible to this sort of thing, and was always the problem with the bloodletters in general. Alrighty, our reinforcements have also arrived, which means the gyrocopters are on the field as well, and they're going to stop on by to drop a bomb, or 4, or 8, on the enemy pile of bloodletters here, and it looks like it about halved their HP, so the bombs at least do quite a lot of damage. The enemy has also moved in a unit of chariots to help them out, with some Chaos Warriors of Khorne riding. They seem pretty happy about the whole thing, although should they be when the horses are probably getting more kills than they are? How are you going to take those skulls to Khorne? I wonder. Looks like the bloodletters here are destroyed, and all it cost us was about half HP on one of the units of miners, which I am very much willing to sacrifice. Our Lord is also in to help out with this a little bit, and we are going to be waiting here while we move in all of our Thunderers and Grudge Rakers. Actually a nice little fight so far. I was expecting this to be a field battle, which would have ended much quicker than this, and we would have just bombarded the enemy with our cannons. But since we cannot do that, because the cannons are because the cannons are relatively useless in ogre camps. They're probably the worst type of settlement to use artillery that is direct fire on. So great for the AI. Anyway, looks like these bloodletters will be out of here shortly. They're wavering, and it looks like they've called for reinforcements as 2 spawn of corn are moving in to help. We were getting a little bit annoyed by the enemy skull cannons here, but fortunately our gyrocopters with brimstone guns took care of that. Took care of that. Would you explode? Come on, man. There you go. It won't ever happen on cue, will it? Alrighty, well, anyway, the enemy have moved in, and the spawn of corn are here, but that's probably not a good place for them to be. Sure, they can kill a lot of miners with their splash damage effects that they have, the burning heads sort of animation, there we go. But they are very, very vulnerable to 4 units of quarrelers, quarreling them, pincushioning them, and it looks like the second one should be just about done as well. There we go. It's gonna drop, but more reinforcements are coming in as well among the wreckage of their chariots. I like that the chariots stay on the field, though. I also really like the wheels of these things. They're quite nice. Lovely. Anyway, more enemies move in, more bloodletters, and some exalted bloodletters as well, but this time we've got thunderers moving up and trying to, and beginning to thunder away, or they will begin to thunder away shortly. On the other side, another spawn of corn moved in, but unfortunately for them, they also got gunned down, or quarreled down, by the quarrelers. I'm just getting these guys in formation. While it doesn't look like they can fire, they should actually be able to. There's a slight elevation difference, and once again, over the heads. Always over the heads. There we go. Oh, there's some miners getting in the way of one of the units. That's why they weren't firing. Fair enough. And another set of bombs moving in on the enemy piles of bloodletters. And once again, those bombs doing quite a lot of damage. We can see why Fimber loves those explosions. Alright, miners, hold them back and take the damage while our Thunderers and soon Grudge Rakers as well move in. We've also got a Rune of Wrath and Ruin coming in, adding a little bit of magical damage to those units of Bloodletters, and damn, a lot of them exploded from that. Not too bad at all. I wonder how much damage that single spell was, because we only used one spell so far, and our hero has stayed out of the damage. 102 kills and 38,000 damage from one cast of one Rune of Wrath and Ruin. Overcast, mind you, and in a big blob, but still pretty happy about it. This is the Age of Reckoning, or at least it is for the Thunderers, who are causing some of it. There we go. I'm just listening to the sound of their firing. It's very enjoyable. Alright, a few more hits, and you know what? This might have actually worked in our favor, as in the fact that this turned out to be a settlement might have worked in our favor in the sense that the enemy was forced to blob up and take a 40,000 damage hit from our Rune of Wrath and Ruin. But still, I think this battle is a very good showcase of why we want to have some of the miners as a supporting army. No damage to our main host. The Temp army is serving quite a decent purpose, and I believe that the miners are basically free to recruit with our recruiters at this point, with their reductions, or at the very least it's so little as to make no difference. Alrighty, well, the last of the bloodletters are going to melt away. Oh, lovely, and I believe that's the battle. And yes, the enemy army has shattered. There's still a Herald of Corn here, but it has been, it's being fired on by our Brimstone guns. Not entirely sure how effective they are against a relatively small target, like a Herald of Corn or a Blood Reaper or whatnot. But it's melting away, and it should be gone in a second. And its head will roll, yes? Oh, no, its head didn't roll. Rude. Okie dokie, and now we're simply just going to chase down the other enemy lords, want to destroy these armies so that they don't return to defend the other places. Down goes that Chaos Lord, and there's the, I don't know who that was, a cultist or whatnot, but it's dead as well. Now, the Brimstone guns are effective against single targets, but not really as effective at doing things like this, killing because every single hit with a Brimstone gun can only target one unit. As I understand, they have no explosive damage or no splash damage, or at the very least so little as to make no difference. So this is generally better to be using your regular ones, as in not the brimstone guns, but the regular gyrocopters. Man, you gotta love the look of the Forsaken of Khorne, though. Very nice and glowy and lava-y. Anyway, a little bit of extra damage, and with that, the battle ends. A decisive victory for us, no damage to our main army, and we can proceed towards the rest of the Khornate territories with, well, I guess all 3 armies, technically speaking. Here we go. Hey, a free war banner, not bad. We will take the money and the oath gold as we usually do, and I guess for now you can hold on to the banner. Another dwarf bride for us as well. Very, very nice. Powder maker. Recruitment cost minus 10% for artillery. Swell, but doesn't need to be on you, friendo. We can put that on one of the recruiters, for example, Scap Hogmog, who does not have a powder maker, and he's a recruiter. Unbelievable. You can have the powder maker. Alright. And we did give a bunch of powder makers to a bunch of other lords, and I'll deal with those at some other time, because I don't feel like doing it right now. You are going to go into raiding stance, so that you don't suffer attrition, and then you, I guess, can stay near each other. I really wasn't aware that the Khornate armies had gained the ability to create a camp like that. I didn't even know that that was a camp that we were attacking. Because it wasn't Floating Village, that's for sure. In addition to that, I certainly think that battle was kind of an eye-opener for me, and I'm a little bit shocked to have something of an eye-opener this late into A, the campaign, and B, into the faction in general. And the reasoning here is that this army of miners is quite useful, isn't it? The thing is, we essentially, because we have basically no healing on our other units, we were essentially able to preserve all the HP of our good units by just sending in piles upon piles of cheap miners. And I guess the same thing could be said of basic dwarf warriors and stuff. Just cheap units that only cost 100 gold in terms of upkeep. Honestly, even quarrelers are the same thing. I think maybe... And there may be a good reason to start building sort of basic armies, just full of basic troops. And I do think that the SFO generally does push you towards doing this in general. And at least this way we'd be able to compete with the Chaos Dwarfs by having, well, our own equivalent of Hobgoblins. Sorry, Dwarf Warriors and Miners and stuff, but yeah. Because the expensive units are obviously much more expensive, but we can make some good cheap armies that we can use as a sort of vanguard to our good armies, or as a reinforcement, depending on who attacks first. Yes. Alrighty, we'll probably start doing a few of those, and obviously with blasting charges miners rather than these ones, and we'll build a few lords specifically to buff those. Though, of course, Halkenhaf here is a Ancestral Blood Morgrim, so he's actually going to be a useful army later on. Like, he will actually lead a proper army. Anyway, interesting times. Let's switch to a little bit of admin then. Constructor Morgrimel, you were waiting here to construct things, as you do. You also have a point, but you have masons, so either we start moving through to Inquiring Mind, which I frankly doubt you'll ever level up enough just by recruiting and building stuff, but you never know. Or we could go for something like Oath of Forging, to get a little bit of extra oath gold, but that won't come in handy until way, way later in the campaign, so I'm going to ignore it. Let's go for, I don't know, Pure Beard, I guess. Alrighty, then, you, my friend, are gonna go all the way up here, through Karak Azul, where we will build everything for free. Free, free, and free, and free. Oh, I just love saying that. Then, what we'll want to do is build a trading depot here, and I guess a trading depot here as well. This place will be making nice money, so we'll probably replace the stone bread bakeries later on, but for now, we'll do this. Wait. I just want to have the mines in the same place. Yes, that was a that was completely necessary, I assure you. Alright, so that looks good to me. And then Karak Azul itself. What can we, or should we, build here? I guess we could go for the Scrat Mine. We're probably not going to be recruiting much stuff here. We're building the Gunsmith Forge because we need capacity for everything that's in it. Especially the Iron Drakes, because, yeah, we have no Iron Drake capacity and it's ridiculous. But then we still need the money and various other things here. We'll start with the scrap mine, although, considering the cost, maybe we start building a construction site here first, and we can follow up with the scrap mine later. In fact, if we have sufficient construction sites, we might be able to construct stuff here cheaply without necessarily having the constructor, the engineer corps here. Anyway, speaking of engineer corps, you're going to Karak Eight Peaks next turn, wherein it will be getting other stuff. You can stay as you are, as in Masters of Stone and Steel. The other constructor has already constructed, but I'm sure there's more constructing to construct. Let's see. For example, we're good here, we are good here. Are you heading back to Montanas? You are. Yes, you are, because the public order is still just absolutely horrendous in both of these territories, though only for a turn. Only one more turn of that, and then they will, if not be fixed, at least be a lot better. Sartosa, let's just upgrade you. Though, yeah, your defenses are going to be atrocious. There's still Skull Island there to try to get later on. Maybe we'll have Grimly do it after the exiles are gone, though Khemri has to be gone as well, and probably Arcan. I actually do expect Arcan will declare war on us sooner rather than later, so we'll have to keep an eye on him. Anyway. Fimber, Ironhammer, and Mason, Kazran, Norgrimling. Now, you guys are supposed to attack the Firemouth. Ooh, there's actually a nice fight looking like. Alright, we will do that. I think we'll save that for the next episode. There's a few, like, mini-fights that we still have to do. Silver Pinnacle, do we have to? Yeah, we probably have to attack that. We need to keep the HP up on the Slayer so we can do the Axe of Drago next episode, hopefully. Now, Black Fortress. You do have a bunch of elites in the form of the ogres there, so maybe you're also worth a cinematic. What would be an easy fight that doesn't necessitate us, well, you know what? Honestly, this is probably going to be a very easy one. Alright, here's what we can do. First of all, we need to declare war on you. You are at war with Wintertooth, Molder, and Clanfark. Oh, wow. If it wasn't for all the attrition, we'd actually like you for fighting all these guys. They're our enemies. Interesting. We'll also probably want to send an army up north here to help out a little bit. We don't want to get Molder too strong, and then we do want to claim Molder for ourselves, as well as Krakadrak, which is owned by Wintertooth currently. Although I don't know who we're gonna send up there at the current time. Alaric Getgold and Gradnar Copperpot. Well, Copperpot is a permanent lord.
Let us begin.
Because one of his ancestors helped us out greatly in the Boris Ursus campaign, so maybe we'll start building him a proper stack. Anyway, what we want to do here is declare war on you regardless. Declare war, have everybody... Wait. Diplomacy? Just in case, if there's more military allies that we can make right now. A little military access to Torgavon? Yeah, sure, why not? Hopefully it doesn't piss off our human friends too much, because Visenland is currently fighting them, but it is what it is. It's only military access after all. Stirland. You know what, maybe it's time to just go military alliance. I know that the Wood Elves don't like you, but you're quite alive. As in, you have 4 settlements. Though I suppose Draika might destroy you, but you're already at war with Draika, so that won't change matters. And another defensive alliance wouldn't be amiss. You can give us your money, even though it'll weaken you. Alright, like so. Visenland we won't do because they are directly at war with all of the Wood Elves right now. And military alliance is the one that I was considering. And Goldtooth is ready for one. Maybe it's time. He's already at war with the factions that we're at war with, and the only one he's not at war with, or he's not allied with, is the northern provinces, but I sincerely doubt he's going to attack them. Like, I really, really doubt it. On the other hand, we could just wait a little bit. We still have the outpost coming up, and it's not like it makes much of a difference, other than the fact that we attack these guys and get friendlier relationship with him, but he already loves us. So it probably doesn't matter. Alright, that's fine. I just wanted to see whether we could get a few more factions into attacking these guys. So, declare war on the slaves of Jar. Like so, then. You, Jarthor Grimson, are not going to be the one to siege it. Ungrim Ironfist is going to be the one to siege it. So you're going to go here. And we'll use your artillery to knock down those towers and walls and whatnot, like so. And yeah, we're not going to auto-resolve this because we can't trust it. Shame though it may be. Although, with both of these armies here, who knows? Maybe we would be able to. Either way, you are going to come up here. And, oh, I was going to transfer the Thane. We could transfer him next turn, I guess. It's fine. Like so, and like so. In and camp stance. Alright, now, just to check the auto-resolve, what are we looking at here? Do any of these guys die? No. Man, I'm gonna risk it because this seems like a waste of time. Ooh, these guys got a lot more hurt than I was expecting. And I should have expected it, but, well. Oh well. Hey, a banner of eternal flame. Nice. Ungrim Ironfist has perfect vigor, and yeah, these guys won't heal up to full in one turn. Oh well. Oh well. Can you go into march stance? No.
Onward.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that. I wasn't expecting them to get that badly hurt with 2.5 stacks against a garbage garrison, but, well, one day I will not learn my lesson. You, drinking hall. Yeah, you can keep the drinking hall. This is probably not the best place to put the other thing. And I'll say a public order isn't nearly as problematic as it used to be. Once we're out of Confederation, I think drinking halls should be more than sufficient. And there's probably not enough territories bordering you for this to be worth our time, so we won't do it. Alrighty, Howling Rock. Where is Howling Rock? Oh, this thing down here. Free upgrade's a free upgrade. Alrighty. Well, let's see what else we got. Let's see down here. Finbar Ironhammer. Yes, you guys are gonna attack. We'll start with that next episode because I feel like it'll be a fun little fight. Alara Get Gold. You guys, I guess, can just sit here for a while. You can still keep jumping around between Grom Peak and between this place. Oh, I was going to send you to Castle Drakenhof. Nah, okay, fine. We'll just go here for now. We can always send the Constructor back here. Let's upgrade you, Gorl Mine. And Grom Peak we're currently using as a sort of capacity place. Let's get another mustering hall here for Thanes, because I want to delete the mustering hall at Kazakit-HA, because we need other stuff here. It's a waste of a space. In a tier 5 settlement. In the tier 5s. Well, actually, Karak Eight Peaks is the tier 5 settlement, but, yeah. Well, neither of them are tier 5 yet, but you know what I mean. Good settlement. Let's see. Recruiter Logazor, do you need to go to recruit anything right now? Thorik is only missing possibly one more Quarreler, but he can just... he could just get it from... global recruitment, most likely, so we probably won't need you to do it. Let's head you out here. Oh, look at that replenishment. 99 turns, actually not as bad. Oh, 15 turns. Well, still not as bad because we had 22 turns before. Go into encamp stance, and with encamp stance, hey, it's only 6 turns, which is still absolutely insane. And that's with the runesmiths as well. Also, you still need your engineers, but that's going to take some time. Logazor. This is probably not where you want to be recruiting stuff, and I take it that you can't recruit, well, you can recruit Bugmans here, but we aren't doing that right now, as there is no current need for them. Also, do you want to assassinate anybody or do anything? What do you do again? Assault garrison and assault units. I guess you can assault the garrison before we hit Ruin's End. Still a very rude name, but sure. Recruiter Logazor, fine, you're going to move out here then. We'll return you, for now, back to Karak Eight Peaks, where we will be recruiting, together with Recruiter Scap Hogmog. Both of you need to be recruiting from there, which is where our current military hub is. Alrighty, Thorgrim. You are heading southward to join the war. And let's see. I can march down a little bit further. Ooh, wait, but if you start in... Wait, this is Crooked Fangford, and this is Crooked Fangford. Yeah, okay, fine. Go here. We'll jump down here next turn. Maybe even out here, depending on how far we can jump. Alrighty, and he's still got to get 2 more Hellstorm rocket batteries and our advanced artillery, but once again, it's going to take a while before we get those. Alrighty, next up. That was Thorik. Who the heck is Sven Razga? Oh, right, this guy. Yeah, you have nothing to do right now, my friend. Just stay where you are. Stay where you are and keep doing what you do. Alrighty. Karak Zorn, yes. We are definitely building the walls there because Khemri might attack us at any moment. We do want more engineer capacity, but at cost, it's pretty intense. Also, hero capacity runesmiths can be, Yeah, no, we probably shouldn't use this particular place for capacities. Oh, and we may actually want to delete the Tinker's Den here. Because we'll need walls, because the Arachnos tribe will revive during the endgame scenario here. Yeah, this entire province is going to need to be retooled. Alrighty, well, why did I click on this province anyway? I was doing heroes and then I decided to go elsewhere. Skag Helheim. Are you of any use to us? Valea. No, you are not of any use to us, so we're going to take out your stonemason, we're going to delete you, and we're going to mill you. Weapon Master. Grizzled Ironwill. Let's get you a oh, there's a free student. My bad, I did not assign one apparently. Or maybe we got one while fighting and I didn't even notice. Alright, who wants a student? Gotta be you. Constructor. Oh, you already have us. Damn. Okay. You know what? I'll find the student between, find a place for the student between the episodes, as it is annoying to look for them. Alright, anybody else? Seeker Damon. Ah, yes. You have to continue southward. Retinue is good. I guess we could level you up, but there's no real reason to screw up before Thorak attacks. Alrighty, well, that's everybody that needs to move. Alright, let's finish up whatever we have of the admin, though there probably isn't that much that we actually want to spend money on. World's Edge Archway, oh, we're waiting to build the construction site there until the Engineer Corps arrives. Karazkarak, you're in the same situation. Plain of Bones, Bone Gulch. Yes, we need to completely retool this entire province. Completely. For now, I guess let's build those barley... Oh, wow, they're real cheap, aren't they? Oh, wow, the construction site's cheap as well. You know what? Go construction site. And it's cheap based on Thorak alone? Huh. Wow. Thorak, you basically are an engineer corps by yourself because of your 3 runesmiths, eh? Damn. I was not expecting. Alright, well then we're going to swap you out, swap you out, swap you out. Man, there's another mustering hall here. I don't want to reduce Thane capacity further. But there is better stuff that we could build here. As in money-making stuff, also you need to be swapped out. We're not going to be recruiting troops here. Now, you know what? If stuff is free here, we're going to get rid of the mustering hall. We just need to rebuild it in a different place. I'm glad I saw that Thorak can build stuff for free, though. We gotta make sure to use him like that. Also, Dwarf Outpost here in Bitter Bay. Oh, the construction cost reduction's so great this late into the game. Well, late into the game, it's turned 60. Oh, I can't believe it's turned 60. We have most of the legendary lords, and yeah, it's going pretty well. I'd say result of the early aggression that we get. Oh, damn, I should have built the stuff at Khazad-Urkulaz before moving these guys out of there. Whatever, too late. Let's go for the Scrat Mine here. Oh, the Bone Rattlers will return at Khazad-Urkulaz, won't they? Which means we will be needing a defensive structure. Yeah, alright, fine. We'll build a defensive structure. And Ungor, and Raziak, and do we want to delete the clan barracks here? We have... Well, this place isn't actually bordering a lot of territories, which means it's probably a fairly good place to have mustering halls and engineer locations. It won't need a trade depot, so it'll just be the 2 main buildings. Alright, fine, you can keep the mustering hall. Alrighty, Crate of the Walking Dead, Lamia, yes to the Euro upgrade, expensive though it may be. Crookback Mountain, yeah, you can keep the refectory. Though it isn't the worst place in the world to put the other thing. Ooh, Darkhold's... Wait, is it tier 2 or tier 3? I always forget. It's tier 1. So soon. Very soon. Yeah, this place definitely needs to be a massive money-making province. Yeah, lots of potential cash cows coming up. Mount Greycab. Let's build your Scrat Mine. Or do we... do we maybe want to actually start with the barley... And just to speed it up. Anyway, I think we can end the episode here. I'll take a look at that student between the episodes. Next time we'll just finish off the tiny amount of admin remaining, and then we will proceed to attacking the Proceed to attacking the enemies here at Black Fortress and at the Fire Mouth, and then end the turn and proceed to next turn as well, wherein we will see where exactly Scarbrand is going to go, what he's going to do. I'd be very happy if he just decided to attack Grimly rather than taking Grunty Mingle, but most likely he'll take Grunty Mingle, and wow, look at that. Oh, that's a lot of negative public order. Damn, and negative public order is really bad for us because it's a faction-wide debuff. But oh well. At the very least, speaking of faction-wide debuffs, the next episode the Confederation debuff will end, and in like 10 turns, hopefully, we'll be able to find Grimbrindle alive, still holding out against the Dark Elves up north. Anyway, stay tuned for more Belegar. Don't forget to leave a like and comment. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.